This is what the knowledge is. In the body of the man, we have created two little holes in the skull. And within the skull, we have hidden the gem of the soul of the man. If you look at it from the top, this is what you are. The two little holes. And this is your skull. And there sits the soul of the man. The body of the man lives two dimensions of life. Life of physicality and life of connection of the soul of the man with the rest of the universe. And then in that position, man has created another gem. You call it the nose of the man. When others, when the field conversion of the fields of the universe in a different way arrives to man. The same way you have created what you call the mouth of the man. Again, through the same process, you feed the soul again. The whole purpose of breathing, seeing, eating, and the body of man is nothing but to absorb as much possible in different combination energies, which depends on which way we push it. The clever soul of the man, when he created, when he understood what he needs, he created the eye of the man, where has no limitation, restriction, and it can go through and more or less direct full carbon-14 interaction. Where the rest have a filter called the bone, the calcium. And this is why in every cell of the man, you cannot have a single cell in the body which doesn't carry seed of calcium. Connecting, jailing the man to the physicality of this planet. Now, when we look through the eye of the man, we see the physicality. But two rays at the same time come out of this hole. One, you see the physical life, and one, you see the dimension to what we call universe. That's how man is a schizophrenic. The soul through the eye hole, doesn't matter if it's open or closed, sees, gets in touch, sees the mother, talks to the mother who died 20 years ago. We had it yesterday. The lady came in and I said, you can fly to the moon. She says, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to see my dead husband. And she was adamant. I said, okay, carry on. She wanted to see. And then I said, now ask your husband to come and see you. He came to see. Man with the eye decides to ignore even what's in front of it. Because we are not ready for what we've done, not correct, to see in the dimension of the soul, in a connection to our carbon-14 is. In a way, if you look at it, man wears a goggle for night vision, and the other eye hasn't got. He sees normal. Have you ever done that? Have you ever wore a night vision half and more physical? Just your eye. It's a funny world. And this is what the man is. The other eye, the other part is the strength of the carbon-14, which we have denied. And we have chosen only during the physical time of us to report back this to our soul or to a structure of our brain, the totality of what we want. This is why, as a humans, we always remember the dream. We see visually. Because carbon 14, which creates visuality to us, most of it comes through this hole. This is why when you came into the systems, some 300-400 of you, more or less, up to now, I tell you, did you see or did you feel? If you felt, you have expanded the soul. If you see, you've seen through the eye of the soul, through the peephole of the eye cavity. And the beauty of it is that we have chosen only during the awakeness or awareness to accept only, leave only this ray, physicality. Even though carbon 14 vision still comes in. We have trained our brain to only believe this, guys, and recognize it and I accept it. It's very much like Chinese. When I look at the Chinese broadcasters, especially women, just go on the Chinese channel while even we are talking and look at their broadcasters. Their eye, when you look at them, looking straight at you, is one is here and the other one is there. In a way, they receive two information from the same source. But the eye, the brain has decided that we're going to accept only whatever comes to this eye, the other one we ignore. Chinese see two visions in their brain. And they have decided in their structure that which one they're going to accept as a true picture. You don't see a Chinese going to shake your hand and shake your head. He knows which eye recognizes this is the right one, and then next time I choose this one because it's a different angle. We already in a physical dimension have chosen acceptance of the singularity or collective fields which arrives to us, and our brain recognizes. So now you can see what our Chinese friends are in dilemma with. None. Because the soul sees the whole lot in the dimension of the karma 14. And this is the brain of the man which has created this mayhem for the man and created business in the name of religion. Because you all can see, you all have connection to your creator and the creation, and Ayatollah says, no, 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 we only accept this one. Forget about the rest. Because with this, I can fool you. With this, no one can fool you. And this is what the teaching is about. To show you to live with the dimension of information of the universe, that you cannot be fooled. You know, if you are seeing the information comes, even it says, oh, I was daydreaming. Yes, because your brain at that point decided to choose this ray and ignores the physicality. That's why you call it daydream. I was halfway, and then you wake up and you do something else because of the dream. You are going, crossing the road, the soul sees the accident and tells the physicality, you had enough, I take over, pulls you back, or makes you run. Or you get hit in a condition that you should die, but you walk away. It's not coincidental, because the soul has created itself to protect itself, that field of protection. Physicality hits the plasma, nothing happens. Then plasma retracts to the brain, and you walk off. You say, wow, anybody else would have died. No, you haven't understood the schizophrenic life of the man. The other one took over for that instance. Now we understand. Now we have no choice but to comprehend the process of the creation. We are not here soul takers. We are here to teach you to understand the operation of your soul. When we said in the peace treaty, I commit my soul and physicality to peace, Brazilians, most of them crossed out, we're giving our soul to Christ. Now you know what you denied as Brazilians, as the Christians, and those who accuse Keshe Foundation to be in the process of taking your soul. Because they never understood that a bunch of pedophiles, child abusers in the name of the people who kicked out of the Keshe Foundation. The whole family has been to prison because they abused the physicality of a child to be abusers. You abuse the physicality, that the soul cannot see the reality. And then they covered in the name of the religion, the churches, the mosques, and everything else. Understand the process of the creation. Understand who fools you. In the name of the God, in the churches, you don't need anymore when you understand the connection. When you understand the process of the reality of the life in the universe. Then nobody can fool you. Nobody can tell you something because you decide. You go back to the source, into your soul, and say, is this correct? Did Christ do such a thing? And the contact many of you have done, you get in touch with the soul of the Christ. He's there, you see it through the what we call the information line of the soul, and he explains to you how he resurrected. You don't need me anymore, you don't need any other scientist to explain to you. Only the abusers say he wants to take your soul, because then their hands opens up. Why did we kick one of the Belgians out of the Keshe Foundation 3 years ago? Because 5 years we planning to get rid of it, because we found out they're connected to the most aggressive pedophiles groups in the Keshe Foundation in the world. Why did we have all the Keshe Foundation always attacked and be surrounded by pedophiles? Because one of their heads was sitting next to me all the time, with the history of life, pedophilia from age of 13 in prisons, juvenile custodies, and the whole family in prison. Go and check what the Ayatollah says, and check what people, they tell you somebody is dead, they want to divert you because they can't abuse you, they can't abuse your children. The whole family, brother and sister, have track records of abusing children, even in their 30s and 40s, raping boys and the rest. They can't stop. They use the Keshe Foundation, and they, when we put the truth out, what did you do? He's a soul taker. He's after your soul. Doesn't tell you I'm a pedophile. I work in and I'm part of the structure. I went to prison for it from age of 13. Now you understand how they try to break up when the truth comes out. This is you who have to do the investigation, not us. This is how religions have been used to divert you to the physicality that they can abuse your soul. This is how in space no one can fool you, in no name of religion. You look the bandwidth, you look the strength, you smell the odor, then you find out. And then you see where the odor comes from, what the strength it carries. Is it the smell which suits me? When you stand in front of another creature in the universe, you have no eyes. Your eyeballs, the liquid it carries is not operative in different depths of the universe. You have to rely, and the only weapon you have, the only tools you have is this. the dimension of the strength of the soul of the man, the essence of the carbon 14 and its combination and its interaction with its line of communication of hydrogen. What smell does it create? The sense of the soul, not your nose. Your nose does not work. Little virus called COVID made half of you not to smell, so you can see what's going to happen to you in space. How many of you had COVID and lost your sense of smell and taste? That's the taste of what to come in space. When we talk about the smell in the space, is understanding the strengths that arise with you and explains what is to come, what is the field is arriving or you're going to. The smell is not, the odor is not what you call is roses. It's the field identification and strength that it becomes the essence of what you call odor. This is what I explained to you. There are so many senses that man have not understood yet.